responded to a 911 call finding a 43-year-old victim here on the 400 block of Main Street with multiple stab wounds. Officers on the scene worked to keep that man alive as they waited for an ambulance to arrive, but they say he did not make it. He was rushed to a hospital where he later died.
Boom, what's going on, you guys? Bob Lee, CEO, Cash App, Square. A lot of huge contributions that make all of our lives a lot easier. A contributor to like humanity and stuff, you know, like, and I know there's some people that want to get involved in like politics and stuff. It's not the time for that. This is a monster tragedy. And it kind of made me want to make a video where I just talk about, you know, what I see in the world, being in the private security industry since 2008, and just some dynamics that might be worth mentioning because they might save some lives, you know. I get it, you know, that, and yeah, as a private security company owner, I get to have these conversations, you know, with folks that are in his position, in different areas of our world. And I absolutely get it, you know, and this isn't a solicitation to necessarily use me or my company. I might not be your guy. Like, you know, you might look at me and just say, hey, this dude's just not my guy. You might look at my content and not like that. But I just want to present some thoughts that might give you just that are worth looking at, you know, because I know that Mr. Lee was probably just minding his business, living his best life, you know, and doing whatever he was doing on that walk back home or wherever he was. You know, he wasn't expecting anything to happen. And it's very difficult as a civilian to live a whole entire life that you may or may never have ever experienced danger or violence to all of a sudden be willing to spend a few $100,000, $1 million a year on a security plan, on manpower, and on all these things that have literally never been relevant to you in your entire life. You know, like you may have grown up, gone to your Ivy League school, whatever it is, grown up, lived a beautiful life, and now you're making huge contributions and it's amazing. But you have no reason to believe that hundreds of thousands of dollars, possibly a month, are being well spent protecting yourself and your family from like this boogeyman that you've never seen before, right? But the reality is that that boogeyman does exist, you know, and it might feel like people like us sometimes are trying to like make money off of, you know, your fear and different things like that. And some of them are like security, they're like terrorists, the way that they try to get clients to like feel, you know what I mean? But I don't work that way. The good ones don't work that way. We provide security strategies through competence, through risk assessments, assessing risk in your life and different things like that. But what I want you to think about is the reality that no person ever that was attacked, that was kidnapped, that had something horrible happen or had their kids kidnapped or got stabbed in the middle of the night, none of them, not a single one, or whose kids get shot at while they're just trying to go to school, not a single one of them thought that it would happen to them. And that's the reality we live down here. Like, you know, that's the reality I live, you know, that going to war and coming back and putting these plans in place and protecting church campuses and protecting schools and knowing that we have found terrorists on property, you know, as we work with diffusion centers, knowing that we stop things from happening, right? And also knowing all the information about what's happening, about abductions, about missing persons all around you, because that's the world we live in, right? And our job as private security professionals is to empower you to do your mission. And that's our job to stay paying attention to that world. It should have been, I wish it was someone's job to watch over his shoulder, Mr. Lee's shoulder, while he walked home from you know, the bar or whatever he was out there to do that night. And we didn't have to look at all these equations now of, was this like some type of professional sabotage? Was it a hit? Was it just a random act of absolute tragic violence? You know, what was it, you know, and why did it happen? And try to answer all these questions now after the fact, you know. And when you're living in certain neighborhoods, and it's our job to know, right? If you can afford protection, you know, I think you should afford that protection. Right? When you are the type of person who's, you know, people's destinies and their jobs literally hang in the balance of your leadership and your competence and the quality of your decisions, you know, leaving yourself unprotected is a decision that I think deserves a second look if you're that important, you know? And it's not even a matter, really. It comes with the territory of being that person that so many are depending on. So many people are depending on you to be comfortable, happy, safe, able to make the decisions. The person that got the company to that place in the first place, able to make decisions. So much really, really rides on the balance of you having competent professionals around you in every single area of your professional life and endeavor. And a good security company will do nothing but give you back what you need to accomplish your mission and empower you to accomplish that mission. That's why my company is one element on a periodic table. The brand Bravo Research Group is an element on the periodic table because we're one element that helps the periodic table of your organization run, of your business run. And a good company, find the company that's right for you, would be something that a security company could really help facilitate in the safest manner possible. You know, and this obviously isn't a dig on him, much love and respect to him, but I want to use this as a moment where other people who may be in his position, who can afford professional protection, and probably should do so if they can afford it, because so much rests on their ability to perform their missions with excellence. Much love, much respect, my condolences. This is Byron Rodgers, protector by nature and by trade, just inviting you guys to think about these things. And I know that you may have lived a life where nothing has happened before, but now think about it. Things can happen, and things always happen to people who don't think anything will ever happen. You can find out more about me and connect with me and my company at bravoresearchgroup.com. And until then, I'll see you on the next video, next piece of content. Be peaceful, but not harmless.